Perfect. Thank you.
No, I'm glad you said something. I think that's a really good idea. I think you probably will, for the ones who can't be here, will want to go back and if you're going to need to talk amongst yourselves, especially for the ones who can't be here, and settle on your themes for your questions. So how has it been looking through the responses?
Interesting. There's a lot going on.
Yeah.
that's all I'll say. And it's funny because some of the answers, like, because it's pretty much a yes or no question, and then why or why not.
Right.
And then some of them say no, but then they'll say, well, but I do care about what people think of me. So it's just kind of funny how like, so like sifting kind of through those and like, okay, well, maybe this is actually a yes and not a no, or like, you know what I mean? So
Yeah.
there's a lot though. There's a lot going on.
Yeah. I feel like there's a lot of people that were like, no, but
Yes, exactly.
but actually, yes, I'm just not going to say it's a yes. Yeah.
Right. Yep.
Okay. Looks like Nicole is hopping on. And then I think everyone that can be here should be here. Looks like she is. Nicole, can you hear us? You're muted, by the way, Nicole. Okay, she can hear us. Okay, perfect. And I know you're at work, so as long as you can hear us, we're good to go. So Nicole, we are recording this. I'm going to share my screen, which I don't know if you'll be able to see, but we will have the recording if you need to go back later. Okay, perfect. Okay, so here we are with our two questions. I'm going to move us down here. So the next step is that for each of these questions, each of you need to come up with what you feel like are the common themes. And there may be, as Janir said, I mean, there may be several where it's like, yes, but no. And so for like, what are you coming up with as you're reading these?
Trying to find my note right now. It'll open. Well, for me, I was shocked that there's a lot of people that said that it doesn't matter to them. Like they're just posting because they want to post. And I think that's definitely a theme we should talk about, because usually you expect people to kind of be cautious and really care about what they post, because that's usually like what you hear.
Yeah.
I also kind of noticed how some people said they did care because they wanted the satisfaction of people's comments on their photos. Actually, like, you know, like I do it because I want to know, I want that satisfaction from other people saying, yeah, you look good, or they're scared that people will say something rude or mean on the post or something like that. So that was another thing that I kind of picked up on some of these.
Okay. So I think at this point, what I'm going to do is, so do you feel like the same themes are coming up for both Instagram and Snapchat, or do you feel like they're different?
I feel like they're pretty similar, because I mean, even when posting on Snapchat, they care what people are going to think of the photo and whether or not they look good. And with Snapchat, it's a little different because it's like you can only edit so much while you're on the app too. So then it's like kind of more of in the moment. Do you actually really like the image you're getting now too?
Right. Okay. I'm gonna put each of these in their own. Oh, stop that. Okay, here we go. I'm going to put each of these in their own sheet, because what I recommend that you all do next is, oh my goodness, come on. Come up with your themes that you feel like are, if they may be consistent between Instagram and Snapchat, or they may not be. And so across the top here, what I would do, oh my goodness, I've got to move us so I can get to my buttons here. Okay, so I would start typing I would start typing the themes that you all feel like as a group are coming up a lot. So, Abriana, what would you title the theme that you just described? Was just no, or would you say no when there's an answer?
Hold on, I gotta pull up what I wrote because I have it like on a different doc. For me, I would put, well, for one section, I would just kind of focus solely on whether or not they'll get likes or comments, because that was something I've specifically noted a lot.
Okay.
And then like for the no one, it's just like, it doesn't matter, like it has no significant influence. I think like, what else I could phrase that?
Okay, doesn't matter.
Yeah.
Or no, it doesn't matter.
Yeah, no, it doesn't matter. That'd be my other one.
Okay, Yanir, what would you call the theme that you were just talking about? You're muted.
Oh, sorry. I just realized I'm muted. Okay. I would say yes, it does matter / comments, or like something to do with the comments.
Okay, so would
I don't
that
know how to
go
phrase
here?
that.
Would it
What's
just be likes and comments, or do you want to separate out likes from comments?
Ooh. I don't know. I feel like they probably should be separate.
Okay. How do the
'Cause I
rest
feel
of
like
y'all feel?
comments are more of like verbal like satisfaction or verbal response. So yeah, I would say likes and then comments are like kind of two different things. So yes.
Okay,
Or we could do something like positive reaction, negative reaction.
oh, I like that.
Yeah.
Some people want that reassurance, and some people are just scared that they're gonna get negative.
I think, yeah, that's even better.
Okay. So then delete likes and comments, or would you still keep that category?
I feel like maybe we should delete it because I think the positive and negative reaction kind of embodies that entire thing.
Okay, and you don't care if the positive reaction is a like or a comment, or the negative reaction is a negative comment?
Yeah, I feel like it's a lot more broader, because even with negative reactions, it's like if you're posting specifically for like somebody to see that you want to react. Like I noticed one comment specifically with somebody like, oh, I want my crush to notice and like it. And like you see they don't like it, that's like kind of a negative reaction, I would say, because it's like, oh, you didn't get what you wanted out of it that you were hoping.
Okay. So we have no, it doesn't matter. We have a positive reaction, we have a negative reaction. What else?
I know a lot of them were saying about reputation and like using social media to network. So I don't know.
Are those two different things? Or are those the same thing?
Probably two different things.
Okay. Oops. Okay. What else? Or are we good with 5 for both of them?
I guess Nicole just said
Yeah.
they care about how they portray themselves.
Oh, how others perceive them. And I think those are two different things, right, Nicole? Caring about how others perceive you, and then also caring about how you portray yourself. I would consider those two different things. Okay.
How many themes do you want us to cover, like total?
As many as you need.
Okay.
I think, so I'm going to put how they are perceived. how others perceive them, maybe.
Yeah, that sounds good.
There's no real like number. And you don't want 40 just because that's too many, but it's not like we're shooting for 5 or we're shooting for 10. It's what does the data say? Because there's a lot of data there. And then how they portray themselves.
I feel like that's pretty good unless we want to add in a couple more. Kind of up to the group.
Do you feel like that encompasses like everything that you're seeing? I think that's great. You can always add more later if you're going in and starting to code and being like, oh wait, like I feel like there should be a code for this and we didn't put that in there. You can always as a group decide to add another code. Okay, so what I'm going to copy this into the next one. So we want to use the same themes for Instagram and Snapchat. Is there anything on Snapchat that you feel like we haven't covered that was like Snapchat specific?
I feel like it's pretty consistent.
Okay.
So.
Okay. So then next steps are that for each of these data points, each of you are going to go through and just put an X where it fits. And there may be some double coding. So like this one, not really, if I think it's cool, then it's cool. I would code that as no, it doesn't matter. So that would just be the only code you have for that one. Okay. No, I post things that make me happy or I feel confident in posting on my Snapchat. The people I have on Snapchat, I have added and chosen to be friends with, so they shouldn't judge me. So on the one hand, this person is saying, no, it doesn't matter. Do you want to do anything with this last sentence? Or are we good with leaving it, no, it doesn't matter?
I'm good with leaving it, no, doesn't matter.
I almost feel like how they perceive themselves or how others perceive themselves or perceive them kind of sounds like it fits in here as well.
I could see that.
Yeah. But I don't know. That's just my 2 cents.
No,
I could
and
see
that's
that.
what we're doing.
Mhm.
Yeah. So if you felt that, then you would put an X there. I want to go to Instagram because they have longer responses. Okay, let's do this one. I somewhat consider how others will respond to my post. I wouldn't post a scandalous picture of myself because I would not like the response to posting images like that. But I do not think about other people's judgments when choosing to post something very much.
I feel like it's a portrayal and like it doesn't really matter in a way.
Yeah.
But it's just how they're perceived or portrayed.
Yeah. So this is what you're going to do.
Yeah.
So each of you are going to go through for each response and do your own coding. And then the next time we meet, we're going to try to come to a consensus. So if some of you coded this item, no, it doesn't matter, and how they portray themselves, and some of you only coded it how they portray themselves, then we would need to talk through, okay, what are we going to do with this item?
Well, it's a lot of data.
It's a lot of data. Yeah. So I was like, don't pick too many questions because, and one way to divide and conquer, since there are 6 of you, is that half of you could do Snapchat and half of you could do Instagram. And then you're only cross-checking with 2 other people and not 5 other people. I might, because it's a lot of data, I might think about doing that instead of all 6 of you doing everything. The other thing you could do, depending on how you want to work this with your group, is 2 of you code Snapchat, 2 of you code Instagram, and 1 of you resolves all the discrepancies for Snapchat, and another 1 of you resolves all of the discrepancies for Instagram. So you're kind of the judge. That's another way that you can do it. I think I would definitely divide and conquer somehow because it's a lot of data. Whether you want to do 3 and 3 and then resolve the discrepancies yourself amongst yourselves, or whether you want to do 2 and 2 and kind of have a judge that's that third person in each group that resolves conflicts, you can do that as well. But that's our next step. is that all the data points need to be coded. So do you want to talk a little bit about how you want to do that, or you want to just wait until you can talk to Aiden?
I mean, we could talk a little bit now because I'm literally going to text Aiden right after this and tell her the consensus and then get her opinion, and we can decide after that.
So what do you want to do?
I personally prefer the idea of like having 3 and 3 on each one.
Mhm.
And then like us 3, once we've gone through all of it, coming together and being like, okay, so let's see like where we agree, where we disagree, and kind of doing it that way. I don't know.
I agree.
Yeah,
I
that's
Yeah. I mean, either or doesn't really matter to me. So
Nicole says I'll do Instagram if we do 3 on 3.
Okay.
Okay. So I think that figure out who's doing Snapchat, who's doing Instagram. I will, I'll just send you what we started today, and then I'll erase the codes that we talked about. So since you're all doing this independently, and then yeah, next step is we can either meet as a group, or since you're dividing and conquering, just the 3 of you who are on Instagram need to meet and settle on codes, and the 3 of you who are on Snapchat need to meet and settle on codes. And then the next step is going to be for each of those codes, you need to go find a representative quote of what that means.
Okay.
So that when you present to the class and you say, well, we were coding, and one of the themes that emerged is how they portray themselves. So you have a quote, it could be from Instagram or Snapchat, it doesn't matter. Just like, this is what we're talking about when we say that.
That makes sense.
Okay. And
So
we'll
as a-
also, go ahead.
oh no, I was gonna say, just as a group, do you guys kind of want to make it a goal that we all finish like doing our thing over spring break and then meet by the end / start of that week back? That way we can have that all done that week.
Yeah. I think
Sorry, I
that's
just wanted
good.
to ask, like, just see. So
Now
Yeah.
that's great.
I think that sounds great. I think that's a great idea.
mhm.
And then once you've settled on your final codes, then you can just, you can tally.
Cool.
Just count it all up. Easy way to do that in Excel is just to do a find replace and replace X with 1. And then you'll get ones here, and then you can just go to the bottom and just do a sum. It's an easy way to do it.
Okay.
Save you time from having to be like 1, 2, 4, you know. Just let
I would
Excel
drop
do your
dead
work
doing
for
that.
you. Okay, any questions, anything else we want to talk about today?
I don't think so. I think that covered my everything I had in mind. So
Okay.
Yeah.
Ariana, I will send you, I guess I can just send this to all 6 of you. I'll send you the work with the new tabs at the bottom so that you can go and independently code over spring break, and then amongst yourselves, figure out what the final codes are going to be for each of the items.
Okay.
Sound
while
good?
we're, yes, that sounds perfect. While we're on
Okay.
the meeting, do we want to decide real quick who's doing what, just so that way we can kind of get that knocked out?
I was gonna say, I see Aiden all the time, so we could just do Instagram with Nicole if you guys are cool with that, and then
That sounds good.
because I know I'm gonna see her over break, so me and her can literally work and collab on it.
Yeah. Yeah,
Sounds-
perfect. That sounds good.
Okay.
Alrighty. Okay, well, thank you so much. Appreciate it.
Yeah,
thank
thanks,
you.
Nicole. Thanks for listening in. I'm going to stop recording.